YouTube has recently updated the way that they handle subscriptions. It used to be that if you're watching a video and you click on subscribe, that takes you to a different page. It takes you away from the video because, as is standard in web design, or was standard for a very long time, when you are at a page and you do an action, you go to a new page, and the new page, what does it do? It confirms your action. It says thank you for subscribing. But the thing is they added some subscription options. And now I've already clicked on subscribe, so if I hover over this button on any of this user's videos, this frame pops up, and it asks me if I would like to change any of the options that I've chosen so far. Let's see if we can get that to pop up again. There we go. And simply because this doesn't send me to a new page, that is revolutionary. It's the first time that I myself have seen a site where after you have done an action, first of all, there is no confirmation page. But secondly, if I go back and just hover my mouse over that action, subscribe, unsubscribe, I get to also adjust sub options, my subscription options here, without going to a page. It's exactly where I need it. That is much more direct. I expect to see that at a lot of other websites now, and I'm going to be incorporating that into my own design standards. The idea of having websites where you have a control panel, websites are maybe a little bit complicated, like eBay. The site that I work on is Player Auctions. It's very similar to eBay. You have a lot of details to control, such as your email, your phone number, your address, your name, and all of this goes into a control center, but perhaps it doesn't necessarily need to. And essentially, web designers are stuck in this mentality that every single website should have a control center. YouTube has a control center where I can go in there and I can update all of my own details, such as email, password. There's this idea that everything should be under the control center, and it really shouldn't. We should, as we are designing our websites, always be keeping an eye open to look for anything that might work more intuitively or flow more naturally and logically outside of this control center. Instead, do what YouTube has done right here. I'm subscribed. That gives me some options. I control my options here, not in a control center. That really declutters the website, and it makes it much easier to use, because control centers, depending on what kind of a website you're doing, that can get really complicated. And not only is that bad just because it's complicated, what do people do when they're confused? Well, or if they can't find something, they talk to customer support. And so by doing something, by implementing a change like this and designing like this, you are going to save on your human resources costs, because you're going to have a lot less people asking, well, where's my subscription options? Well, they're right there. Just hover over subscribe. How simple is that? Nobody's going to miss that. This is a leap in elegance of design, and that's why I made this video. I hope this inspires some other designers and helps them to change their own ways and start pulling stuff out of control centers, because on any of the more complicated websites, your control centers are a mess. our control centers are messy. We need to change. As designers, we need to change. And this is how to do it.